After 7 months of waiting, we finally get Helluva Season 2, Episode 8, Full Moon. In it, the Dorks and Cherubs unite to try and take out the IMP. Meanwhile, Blitz is trying to do his thing with Stolas. Shenanigans ensue. We'll open at Stolas'. There's a full moon that totally missed the opportunity to release on an actual full moon this year, and it's gonna be redder than usual. All that absinthe came back to haunt Stolas. This leads into the song, When I See Him Tonight. It starts out as a song about Stolas happy to deliver the Osmodian crystal to Blitz, and hopefully he'll still love him. Then we cut to Blitz and his calendar showing he has special days for his friends, and even drew a little striker. Blitz in his horse girl shirt takes up the song, and it becomes a duet between the two, with Blitz just focusing on the sex part. He washes his clothes in the shower, and he has a very similar physique to Brandon Rogers. Stolas is out of his antidepressants, which kind of explains his attitude for the rest of the episode. Blue pancakes. Bedhead Loona. And Stolas is feeling bad about their arrangements, so he finally got the Osmodian crystal, which was shown off first in the Look My Way music video, which was released 5 months ago. At breakfast, we have Funky Ovals, which kind of looks like Frankenberry. And on the Hell Milk, we have the scam artist from Lululand, I guess he's dead, and a sad dad mug. I like this song. The lyrics are nice, and it shows off the two different characters well. Then we go topside, and we see a woman accidentally lose her stroller, and goes flying. There's 2 alligators and a shark in a pond. Instead of crashing through the glass, the stroller runs over some guy and breaks the glass. It almost rolls into Gary, Indiana, until this guy steps in way and eats his ice cream off the ground. Cassettes R Us is like Blockbuster mixed with Toys R Us. Sad. The license plate says MILF. That's a familiar arm. They roll into an alley, and yeah, it was a scam by the Cherubs. They kind of give them and the Dorks away in the thumbnail. Coming this summer, billionaires beware. And it's like orcas attacking a cruise liner. They're kind of where you expect they would be, just kind of scamming people out of their money to survive. To get into heaven, that's just $20 and a gift card to Quiznos. Quiznos is an American kind of Subway sandwich place. I kind of love that they just say Quiznos and didn't come up with something that's like a pun on it. Then they get captured by the Dorks. They interrogate them, thinking they work for Peanut Head. And speaking of, the IMP superhero lands after a absolute bloodbath. And they're a little more chipper than usual. Blitz says he's getting dressed up nice, despite this being like his normal outfit just without the long coat. And it's revealed that Blitz hasn't been doing his thing with Stolas for months.
She'd be all like, "Oh, Blitzy, I know it's the full moon tonight, but you don't have to come if you don't want to, Blitzy." So I've just been taking breaks from having to plow his feathered ass into his fancy ass mattress.
After a year and 5 episodes, Loona finally talks again.
Oh shit, he's getting bored of you. If someone wants to see you less and less, big red flag. If they give you chances to ditch, they probably want out themselves. Just want to be more passive-aggressive about it. Dicks.
Despite business being kind of slow and Hell's Bells, it apparently picked up. But now they're in jeopardy, so Blitz goes to his Stolas sex shit. Why exactly do they need that? Don't worry about this. Don't worry about the Moxie sex doll. But I will worry about the brony toy. And Moxie gets all the paperwork, including remember to get new eels for the fish tank, Red Dead Redemption 2, and get gas, ASMR reloading guns videos. The Wi-Fi password is 5508. Cletus claims to be an exorcist. Referencing Hazbin Hotel. I'm guessing the exorcists are just kind of generically the armies of heaven, because the exterminations are meant to be a secret, and even after they came out of the bag, like, they're disconnected from heaven, so how would they know about that? But this convinces the Dorks, and they have a whole army of clone bishops. Literally. Directly referencing Truth Seekers because they have footage of the IMP and Stolas. People are taking them serious enough to give them shit. I think they captured Mothman. They created Power Ranger armor inspired by the IMP, which is kind of cool. And a fursuit for Loona. I hate that this is actually in the show. And weird that Stolas didn't get armor. I like that the Cherubs' halos glow and don't have a shadow. Plus the Dorks also have a hell portal. Unfortunately, opens very shortly, like Smalley. The first attempt was sending in the Children's Crusade, which went about as well as you would think. So now the Cherubs get the power armor. And a Game Boy, which I think is meant to be like their re-entrance thing. I like that the male dork is the one that wears the fursuit instead of the female agent. After comedically now having to take off the power armor and slide it through individually, they make it into the lust ring. Stolas is fancy, so Blitz decides to give him a penis candle. The candle salesman, as well as that guy from earlier, is played by the same person who plays Colin. The Game Boy might also be able to detect the IMP somehow. But Cletus wants to wait until they get all of them in one area. Some stores in the lust ring is just boobs, and step on me. Going in the store in between, and the spider person is Richard Horvitz, and he's got the goods. They notice the Cherubs, and Cletus tries to play cool and ask around. This joke goes on a little too long. That's just making the Cherubs more and more uncomfortable with all the weird BDSM stuff. Might have just been funnier if we left it up to the imagination of them and just like them immediately escaping. Or maybe like have one of them, probably Keeney, that's actually really into it. At Ozzy's tower, we see Viz in his rainbow pants. Ozzy's security code thing is to be tickled. They got the good stuff, like a body pillow. Ozzy's extra small willy with feathers. Among Us. And of course the Assmaster 5000. Sluts R Us is probably doing way better. Ozzy's bouncer has a friend. Two of Veronica's succubus friends walk in the back. Despite needing to be lifted out on a forklift, the Assmaster 5000 can retract. Most men can't handle that. We gotta stop them. But luckily the IMP's on their tail. I love that there's just a shoe store. I like even better if it's not just for sniffing, just people buy shoes in the lust ring to wear as shoes. Hey yo.
What? How did you know?
Find ya? We were already following our dumbass boss to make sure he doesn't fuck up and lose our meal ticket.
Do you think they do this like every time, or is this just a one-off?
You weren't exactly covert.
You got a lot of nerve coming to our neighborhood after the ass kicking you took last time.
You weren't there last time.
A lot of nerve and a lot of upgrades, much.
This leads into an honestly really cool action scene between the Cherubs and IMP. That's way better than the original fight. Billy gets stabbed, then commandeer, a jetpack chase. Really clever use of human Loona because it is smaller than normal Loona. And canonically, Hellhounds do bleed black, like the rest of the Hell natives. M and K fall. This incubus has titty scars. Loona commits a little bit of terrorism to save the two people she sort of works with. Big Vizorali blowout sale. I don't want them anymore, says Maman, making room for the new hotness. Cherubs try retreating, and Loona takes the Game Boy. I don't think I want to know what they got up to. It is rather than normal. Blitz hops up, he's got a pomegranate candle, a gnome butt plug, and canonically Stolas does have a cloaca, and the Assmaster 9000. But Stolas needs the book. Forever. Blitz immediately gets concerned, but Stolas shows him the Osmosian crystal, so now he can go legally to the Earth. Just now he's under osmosis. You can even see his summoning circle on the box. He puts a grimoire between the two books that he showed Blitz when they were kids, and he places the crystal in Blitz's gauntlet things he has. For a very brief second, you can even see the osmosis symbol flash. Stolas says he's sorry for essentially using Blitz, and says that he no longer has to just come here for the book. He would love it if he continued to come here, but he doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. Blitz completely misreads the situation, and thinks it's just roleplay, which upsets Stolas. Paralleling the circus, now it's Blitz chasing Stolas. In paralleling the two, also all the photos of Stolas are covered up, much like how Blitz X'd out himself in all his photos. It could be genuine, it could also be a result of him running out of a prescription.
I have wanted you for so long. The fact that you couldn't believe that I might have these feelings about you, that your first instinct is that it's always about sex.
Completely valid. Blitz has only been focusing on the fun stuff, and not wanting to deal with Stolas any other time.
Fuck
you, Stolas. You spring this feelings bullshit on me. Are you fucking kidding? You put me through, you pompous, rich asshole. Treat me like one of your little butler imps. You can't just dismiss me like that. I mean, you royal fucks think you can do this every time. Like you can just play with our feelings because we're smaller and not as important.
Also valid, Blitz is a very hard-shelled man who's both scared of and desperate to connect. It may be a little bit of Loona's fault, but he is also scared that Stolas might just get rid of him because he's bored.
Blitz, I think so very highly of you. I didn't realize you think so low of me.
At that moment, you realize you messed up.
Goodbye, Blitz.
Stolas, wait! What?
This is an episode of really high highs and kind of mid lows. It's really cool seeing the Cherubs again and them team up with Dork, showing that Viv hasn't forgotten about them. I like their Power Ranger suits, and it's clearly they're setting up something with the clone army of bishops, the Osmosian crystal. But it also feels like a little too much for the Stolas breakup. The cinematography and animation are wonderful as ever. The action's really fun. Beginning of the episode feels like it probably should have been a different episode altogether, but they handle the Stolas stuff like perfectly. It's a bit of a mixed bag episode, but overall I'll give this an 8.5. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and comment your own thoughts and opinions about the episode.